financial management. What are all the two basic objects of the financial management? Kirtana, what are all the two basic objects of financial management? Gautami, Lata, Lingeshwaran, try. What are all they? Very good, Gautami. Kindly slap yourself. Saranya, slap yourself. Try others. Divya, what is the answer? Vaishali, try. Yes, Sharan. Good. So, yesterday it told it's a commonly committed mistake. Again, you are committing the mistake. Two aspects are different, two objects are different. Two aspects of financial management, procurement of fund and effective utilization of fund. Divya, kindly slap yourself. Whereas two objects of financial management, profit maximization and wealth maximization. Okay. So I asked the question, what are all the objectives of financial management? Same mistake only are committing in the exam also. Should be very careful. Now I'll ask one more question. We'll try who is going to tell the correct answer. Okay. I am ready. Are you ready? Ready or not? Yes, very good, Gautami. What are all the two functions of financial management? Two functions. What are the two functions of financial management? Charan, try. Madhavi, try. Very good, Gautami. Gautami and Charan got the correct answer. Same procurement of fund and the effective utilization of fund. Dear student, listen here. Once they ask the same question, functions of financial management, student wrote super answer, irrelevant answer. Aspects as well as function both are one and same. Kindly refer with institute material. Based on institute material only, they're setting the question paper. Two basic aspects, also two basic functions of financial management are procurement of fund and effective utilization of fund. Two objectives of financial management are profit maximization and wealth maximization. Are you comfortable? Are you okay? Just because you are not reading the question properly, you are going to lose marks. Okay? Not only marks, you are going to get 6 months. Okay? Now, with a great difficulty, you are going to procure the fund. Can you please tell me the entire financial management, you are going to do cost to benefit analysis only. If I am going to do the cost to benefit analysis with respect to long term investment, that decision making analysis is called what? Decision making with respect to long term investment is called what? Yes, capital budgeting. Very good, Sharan. Also called investment decision. Clear? Next. With a great difficulty, you are going to procure the fund. If I am going to worry about investment in short term, then it is called, that decision making analysis is called investment in short term. Very good. Divya Salvi, correct. And Gautami, correct. Working capital management. Okay. If I am going to worry about the procurement of fund, where and all I have to procure, that analysis is called procurement of fund. Very good. Madhvi Ramesh, not correct. Gautami, correct. Sharan, correct. Cost of capital and capital structure theory. Okay. Cost of capital and capital structure theory. Out of which I am going to worry about how much should be my own fund, how much should be the borrowed fund. That analysis is called Anirudh, correct. Leverage analysis. Very good, Kanna. Leverage analysis. If I am going to worry about the entire financial statement as a whole, that analysis is called Entire financial statement. Ratio analysis, good. Not financial management, I'll kill you. One is ratio analysis, correct answer. Next. Two more elements. What? Cash flow statement and fund flow statement. The entire thing together is called what? Working capital management. That entire thing is called what? Financial management. For new scheme, cash flow, fund flow, not applicable. Am I right? Cash flow statement not applicable. But old scheme, it's applicable. Now, listen here. Working capital represent, we come across current asset minus current liability is equal to working capital. Current asset represent asset which are readily convertible into cash within a short duration is called the current asset. Current liability represent obligation for the payment arising within the short duration, say less than a year, is called the current liability. Working capital can be broadly classified into classification of working capital. What are the two bases in which you can classify the working capital? What are the two bases in which we can classify the working capital? Yes, concept-based classification and time-based classification. On the base of concept, what all the types are there? On the base of concept, what all the types are there? Gross working capital and net working capital. Very good. On the base of time, what all the types are there? Based on time. Based on time. Yes, permanent working capital and temporary working capital. Which one is called current asset alone? Which one is called current asset alone? Which one is called current asset alone? Gross working capital. Which one is called current asset minus current liability? Which one is called current asset minus current liability? Very good. Net working capital. Which one is called fluctuating working capital? Fluctuating working capital. Very good, Adithan. Temporary working capital. Which one is called variable working capital? Variable working capital. Yes, again temporary. Very good, Charan. Which one is called fixed working capital? Very good, Gautami. One, permanent working capital. The permanent working capital is also called what? Permanent working capital is also called what? Hardcore working capital. Very good, Madhavi. Okay, hardcore working capital. Good. Next, we have come across working capital cycle. Time duration for which conversion of cash into cash equivalent, thereafter back into cash are known as working capital cycle. This is a direct theory question. Okay. Time duration required for which conversion of cash into cash equivalent, thereafter back into cash are known as working capital cycle. The working capital cycle is also called working capital cycle is also called, very good, Gautami, cash cycle, also called, yes, Madhavi, operating cycle, also called budget cycle. Very good, Divya. Also called business cycle. Very good, Divya. Clear? So these are all the alternative names for working capital cycle. What are all the segments in working capital cycle? What are all the segments in working capital cycle? Yes, Anirudhan. Lead time, first segment. Very good. Second one. Second segment. Fast. Process or production cycle. Very good, Gautami. Third one. Madhavi, stock holding period. Next one. Very good. Average collection period. These are all called segments in working capital cycle. Very good. All of you try to participate. Those 40 students are there. Only 8 students only they are participating. What is this? You should not be a sleeping student like sleeping partner. You have to show your enthusiasm. Unless otherwise you participate, you can't the portion to improve. Okay. Now, These are all the what? Various segments in working capital cycle. Next. So cash, we are converting into raw material. Raw material going to become WAP. WAP is going to become finished goods. Finished goods is going to become debtor. Debtor going to become cash. Again, it's a cycle going to start. That's why it's a what? Cash cycle, operating cycle, working capital cycle, time duration required for which conversion of cash into cash equivalent, thereafter back into cash are known as working capital cycle. Formula for the working capital cycle: raw material plus WAP plus finished goods plus debtor minus creditor is equal to working capital cycle. We have to express the working capital cycle in terms of days or months. How we have to express? We have to express the working capital cycle in days or months. Sharan is telling days. Days or months. Gayatri also telling days. Very good, Gayatri. Gautami and Madhavi is telling both. Anirudhan also saying both. Both is the correct answer. Either days or months. The days based information will be days. Monthly information will be months. Okay, they are also correct. Either days or month is the correct answer. Now we have to estimate the working capital. How we have to estimate? There are two methods are there. Under method one, either by way of operating cycle or by way of estimation of each and every component of current asset and current liability. Under method two, total approach and cash cost approach. Then we have discussed about the valuation rule. Under valuation rule, total approach, how to value the raw material. Under total approach, how to value the raw material kana? Purchase price. Very good response. Good, Lingeshwara. Keep it up. Then WAP, how to do the valuation? How to value WAP? Janaki, fast. How to do the WAP? Valuation of WAP. Raw material plus 50% of direct labor plus direct expense plus production overhead. Very good, Gautami. Gautami only responding very fast. Good. Now, how to value debtor? How to value debtor? Very good. Selling price, the correct answer. Very good, Madhavi. How to value finished goods? Cost of production. Very good. Who said first cost of production? Yeah, Gayatri told. Very good. And how to value creditors? Purchase price. Before I'm going to ask the question, they're not typing. Okay, very good. Keep it up. Purchase price. Now, under cash cost approach. Okay, now we can go for cash cost approach. How to value in cash cost approach? How to value? How to value? Aniruddhan, Arunachalam, raw material purchase price. Okay. I'll repeat. How to value raw material under cash cost approach? Purchase price. Very good. How to value creditors? Sundry creditors. Purchase price. How to value debtors? Sharan, not correct. Slap yourself under cash cost approach. I'm asking. Yeah, selling price minus profit minus depreciation. Very good. How to value finished goods? How to value finished goods? Cost of production minus depreciation. Very good. How to value WIP? Madhavi, you are cheating. Already type ready. Click muttu manala the one. Fraud. Good. Anyway, correct answer. Raw material plus 50% of direct labor plus direct expenses plus production overhead minus depreciation. Very good. Now we are comfortable with respect to what? Valuation rule. Am I right? Now, based on that, we have solved the problem. Am I right? So, up to this stage, any doubts? Are you comfortable? Very good, very good, very good. Have you solved any problem? Have you tried any problem, Ganam? Yes or no? Nobody tried? In input material? Have you tried? No? Okay. Why, Charan? What happened others? You're supposed to try, no? Once one session over, is it not a duty to refer your institute material and try on your own? That shows your interest. Okay. ICA is examination is a centralized examination. Okay. Just because you paid the examination fee, Edapadi cannot the person to announce over examination paid examination fee paid automatically cleared. Okay, it's not possible. Only deserving candidate only can clear. Hope you understood. Am I right? Now we'll go to next one. Next, cash management. Next, note it down. Cash management. Underneath. Cash management. Underneath, optimum cash balance. Optimum cash balance. It represents minimum amount of cash required at any given point of time. Minimum amount of cash required at any given point of time. Okay. Next, cash management model. Next, cash management model. Segregate into two parts. One is J. Baumol's model. Name of the person, Baumol's model. Another one is Miller or cash management model. Miller or cash management model. J. Baumol's model. Another one is Miller or cash management model. Under J. Baumol's model, it's based on the assumption of uniform cash flow. Based on the assumption of uniform cash flow. Under Miller or cash management model, based on the assumption of uneven cash flow. Uneven cash flow. Okay. Next. Optimum cash balance is equal to formula. Optimum cash balance is equal to whole square root of two A whole square root of 2AT divided by I. 2AT divided by I, where A represent annual cash disbursement. A represent annual cash disbursement. T represent transaction cost per transfer. Transaction cost per transfer. I represent interest. I represent interest component. Note it down. This is very similar to dash approach. What approach? This is very similar to dash approach. What approach Kanna? The formula very similar to what? A annual cash disbursement. Very similar to cash cost approach. No, Sharan. Somewhere you come across similar type of problem formula, no? Yes, Janaki. EOQ approach. Economic quantity quality approach. Similar to EOQ approach. Very similar to EOQ approach. Okay. Are you comfortable? Yesterday, last we did one problem, no? That problem, most important problem, put a star mark. Expected question, 8-mark question. Yesterday's class, last problem, 8-mark question, expected question for coming exam. Now, next expected question, 5-mark question, expected question for November exam. The next question. I think question number 5. Shall I start question number 5, Kana? Yes, sir. Good, sir. Now, kindly refer the question. Monosarovar Limited maintained a separate account for cash disbursements. The total cash disbursement are 2,62,500. Administrative and transaction cost of transferring cash to disbursement account is 25 rupees per transfer. Marketable security yield is 7.5% per annum. Determine optimum cash balance according to the Baumol's model. Also find average cash balance, number of transfer per year, time interval between two transfer, total transaction cost, total carrying cost, and a total associated cost. Have you got the question, all of you? Got it, Kanam? And let's go through the question quickly. Now, what are the first requirement? What are the first requirement, Kanna? For the average cash balance. This is what the mistake they committed in the exam also. Sharan, kindly slap yourself and read the question carefully. For the first requirement, optimum cash balance. They said also find out the second requirement only average. Okay, optimum cash balance. So write the formula for optimum cash balance. Optimum cash balance is equal to square root of 280 divided by I. Okay. A is equal to annual cash disbursement. How much the annual cash disbursement Kanna? So 3 lakh annual cash, because monthly cash only they are given 2,62,500. You have to convert into annual cash. Then T represent transaction cost per transfer. How much the transaction cost per transfer? Hmm. I represent interest. So find out. For the answer, try. I got the first answer, 45,862. 45,4582. So what are the right answer? 4,000 or 45,000? Check it up, 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 check it up. So the correct answer is 45,826 is the correct answer. Very good. Now, for the second requirement, for the second requirement, average cash balance. Very good. Average cash balance is equal to half of the optimum cash balance. Half of the optimum cash balance. What is the answer? Half of the optimum cash balance. 45,825 or 826 divided by 2 rupees. 22,913 is the correct answer. Rupees 22,913. Okay. Then what are the next requirement? What are the next requirement? Fast. Number of transfers in a year. Number of transfers in a year is equal to, write it down, the formula. Number of transfers in a year is equal to annual cash disbursement divided by optimum cash balance. Optimum cash balance. Comes to annual cash disbursement. You got it, 2,62,500 into 12, nothing but 31,50,000. Divided by optimum cash balance, 45,826. Therefore, 68.73, nothing but 69 transfers. Very good. Number of transfers is equal to 69. Got it? 69. Next. What are the next requirement? For the next requirement, total transaction cost. Before that, one more requirement is there, no, Gautami? Take it up. Time interval between two transfers. Yes. Time interval between two transfers is equal to 365 divided by number of transfers. 365 divided by number of transfers. So 365 divided by number of transfers 69 is equal to time interval. Comes to how much? Yes, 5.29 days. 5.29 days. Have to specify rupees or time or days. Okay, 5.29 days. Next. What are the next requirement? What are the next requirement? Total transaction cost. Total transaction cost is equal to formulas under kindly highlight. Okay, total transaction cost is equal to number of transfers into cost per transfer. Number of transfers into cost per transfer. Number of transfer, we can take what? 69, right? Into cost per transfer given in this question, 25. Comes to how much? 1725. 1725 represent what? Rupees or times or cycles or what? Rupees. Very good. In exam, you have to write new symbol rupee. Don't write RS dot and all. Okay. Next, what are the next requirement? What are the next requirement? Carrying cost. Very good. Formula for the carrying cost, total carrying cost is equal to half of the optimum cash balance, half of the 1 by 2 of optimum cash balance into interest rate. Half of the optimum cash balance into interest rate. Okay. So 1 by 2 into optimum cash balance 45,826 into interest percentage, which is there in this question. How much? Gautami, not correct. Madhavi, correct. Madhvi. Yes, rupees 1,718. 1718. Good, Kana. Very good. Immediately, few people change the rupee symbol also. Good. Keep it up. Clap for Divyam as well as Anirudhan. Good. Keep it up. What next? What are the next requirement? Gautami got the answer or not? No, sir. Why, sir? 1 by 2 into optimum cash balance, we got it 45,826. 1 by 2 into 45,826 into 7.5 percentage. Apply the percentage. You will get 1,718. What are the next requirement, Kana? Total associated cost. What plus what is equal to associated cost? What plus what is equal to associated cost? Yes, transaction cost plus carrying cost. So add above two costs. Here, transaction cost plus carrying cost. Instead of ordering and carrying, here transaction plus carrying cost. How much can 1,725 plus 1,719. Am I right? Comes to rupees 3,443. Very good. So very easy for it to score 5 marks or not. Comfortable. Small segment, just you have to concentrate, that's all. Very good, Kana. So now we are comfortable for operating cycle computation as well as theory. Now we are comfortable for estimation of working capital. That to total approach also comfortable, cash cost approach also comfortable. Next, cash management, optimum cash balance computation also comfortable. All right, all practical area. Yeah, thorough. Good. Shall I give one more small question? Too bad. Very small question. They allotted 5 mark post exam question. Shall we try? Want or don't want? One more post exam question. Want, sir? Now, note it down. I will cut short the question. Okay. Total cash disbursement. Total cash disbursement. 22,50,000. 22,50,000 for the year 2020. For the year 2020. Administration cost. Administration cost. Rupees 15. Rupees 15 per transfer. Administration cost is rupees 15 per transfer. The yield rate on marketable security, the yield rate on The yield rate on marketable security is 12% per annum. Yield rate on marketable security is 12% per annum. Find optimum cash balance. Find optimum cash balance. Find first, little fast, all of you. First, write the formula. Formula carries mark. $23,717. Check it up, check it up, check it up, check it up, all of you. Is it right? $22,717 is the correct answer. Good. Gautami, Charan, Anirudh, Madhvi, Divya Salvi told the correct answer. Very good. Lingeshwaran also told the correct answer. For this particular question alone, 5 marks they allotted. Too bad. Am I right? Such a simple question. Shall we go to the next one? Good. We'll go to the next level. Five marks. We explain anything else. No need. Nothing you have to explain. Okay. A represent what, T represent what, I represent what you have to write. Okay. Working sufficient. Formula you have to. Formula carries mark. Computation carries mark. Answer in rupees. If you are not going to write the rupees, reduction in half mark or 1 mark. So, especially for the costing paper, answer part carries mark. But if the answer part does not contain prefix or suffix, whether rupees or units or liters or kgs, if you are not going to mention, reduction in mark will be there. Be very careful. Okay. So the entire costing paper, costing and different paper, presentation part plays a vital role. How you have to present the answer, that is more important. Are you with me? Good. Shall I go to the next one? Now, assume as your auditor or accountant, you are going to client place. In that client place, you are going to verify how much the cash they are having in their office. Cash in hand. You are going to open the teller and they are going to verify how much the cash they are having. Okay. They got, for example, 50,000 rupees cash in hand. Then immediately you take your calculator, you refer the ICA material, and you refer working capital management in FM. There you referred J. Baumol's model, square root of 2a divided by I. Annual cash disbursement is how much, transaction cost is how much, interest element is how much, carrying cost is how much, all those things. After computing, you have identified 30,000 is the optimum cash balance as come. How much the available cash in the teller? 50,000. Very good. But how much the cash based on J. Baumol's model you got it? Yeah, 30,000. Therefore, they are giving advice to the client, advice to our client. No, no, no. You should not carry 50,000. You have to carry only 30,000. Clear? Is it possible for to give the advice? Possible or not possible? Not possible. Why Aniruddhan? Not possible. Not possible. So, why not possible? What would be the reason? Minimum is 30,000. We can carry any amount. Suppose they are having only 20,000, but they have to advise additional 10,000 they have to bring. Ah, any extraordinary expenses may come. Okay. Therefore, very good, Kana. That answer is correct. Aniruddhan, is it possible for it to say, assume they are having only 20,000. Is it possible for the advice they have to bring extra 10,000? Is it correct then? Try to participate, all of you. Not possible to advise. If you are going to advise, then there is a last day for your audit. Am I right? Not possible. Clear. So, who has to decide how much the cash they're supposed to have? Who has to decide how much the cash they're supposed to have, the company is supposed to have? Very slow response. Who has to decide? Yes, management. Can you please tell me, Aniruddhan, per day how much you need cash? Per day, how much cash you need, Kanna? 100 rupees. Very good. Sharan is saying 50 rupees. Okay, good. Gautami, how much you need? What about others? How much you need cash? Gautami also 100 rupees. Others, try. How much you need cash per day? Madhvi, how much you need cash? Respond. Participate. Gayatri, 50 rupees. Good. Others, Divya Sri, 50. No, 100 rupees. Divya, 100 rupees. Next. Lavanya, 100 rupees. Madhvi also 100 rupees. So, can you please tell me who has to decide how much cash you need? Aniruddhan or Sharan or Gautami or Gayatri or Madhvi, Lavanya. Can you please tell me, Divya, who has decided how much cash you need? Whether your father or mother or yourself or your friends, who has decided? You only. There is no other doubt. Am I right or not? You only has to identify how much the fund you need for the purpose of cash. Okay. Therefore, same manner for an individual, we may not have the possibility to say how much the cash you need. Clear? Is it possible for the corporate to tell how much the cash they're supposed to bring? You are going to the client place. Is it possible for it to say? Not possible. Therefore, whatever we have computed, J. Baumol's model is an irrelevant model. Okay? Irrelevant model. Why? Is it not possible for us to, it's not possible for us to say how much the cash they're supposed to bring. Therefore, it's an irrelevant approach. Practically not possible also. Understood? We can't say how much they need cash. It may going to vary same company or similar company, depending upon that okay environment, depending upon the circumstances, may going to vary how much the cash they're supposed to have. Yes or no, Kanna? Good response. Hello, my dear students. Yes. So business has to decide. They has to decide how much the cash they need. Am I right? Good. So even the individual, we may not the person to say how much the cash we need. How can I expect the company to decide how much the cash they're supposed to? Therefore, the management has to decide. That's why J. Baumol's model is an irrelevant approach. Understood or not? J. Baumol's model is called what? Irrelevant approach. So if it is the irrelevant approach, then we need solution. How much they have to bring the cash in? At least J. Baumol has given by way of one formula. This is what the cash you need. But we are saying, no, it's an irrelevant approach. Then who has to decide how much the cash they need? Management has to decide. That's the reason. Another formula has, another what concept has come, Miller or cash management model. Okay. So Miller or cash management model. What about the Miller or cash management model? He said the practical way to find the cash. He said, no. As an auditor, you can't the person identify how much the cash you need. The management has to decide. By way of formula, you may not the person decide. Only by way of concept you have to arrive. So the individual management has to decide because ups and downs will be there always in the business. J. Baumol's model purely based on copy paste model from Miller or cash management model. So based on economic ordering quantity, okay, Wilson's formula. In EOQ, in the Wilson's formula, it may be possible. What it may be possible? In EOQ, annual requirement of raw material remain constant. Ordering cost per order remain constant. Carrying cost per unit per annum remain constant. Uniform availability of raw material throughout the year. Uniform production schedule throughout the year. This is all possible. Am I right? So that may be possible for raw material, not possible for cash. Very good, Kana. Not possible for cash. That's the reason Miller has told no. This is not practically possible. Are you able to follow or not? Clear? That's the reason Miller has said what? It's not practically possible. We have to go by way of concept-based approach. What is concept-based approach? We have to identify as the individual department or management has to decide. Ups and downs will be there always in the business. What is ups and downs? Today, every month we have to pay salary. Am I right? Salary we are paying every month. Assume telephone bill, once in 2 months you are paying. Okay? Once in 2 months you are going to pay. Then, when compared to first month, second month, the cash flow will be more or less. Second month, the cash flow will be more or less, kana? More. Because in addition to salary, we are going to pay telephone also. Once in 3 months, we are paying advance tax. Therefore, for company's point of view, once in 3 months, you are paying advance tax. So when compared to first month and second month, third month, more or less cash flow, kana? More cash flow or what? Yes, definitely more. Am I right? During Diwali season, they are going to pay bonus. Then when compared to all other month, during Diwali season, even more what? Further we are going to pay extra. or dividend declaration. That month they are going to declare the dividend. Cash flow will be more or not heavy. Therefore, uniform cash flow, is it possible, Kanna? Uniform cash flow is practically possible, not at all possible. Therefore, which cash flow only possible? Which one only possible? Uneven cash flow only possible. Uniform cash flow not possible. Uneven cash flow only possible. Are you or not? That's the reason Miller R has said uneven cash flow method. Uniform cash flow is not possible. One month after month, cash flow may going to vary. Therefore, we have to go by way of uneven cash flow, not by way of uniform cash flow. This is what the chart for Miller R cash management. Cash flow. Every month, how much the cash flow? Like ECG reports, ups and downs always will be there. After identifying what are all the cash flows over the period, you have to identify upper limit. Maximum cash balance is called upper limit. Minimum cash balance is called lower limit. In between is called average limit. Upper limit, lower limit, and average limit. The average limit is also called return point. Why it is called return point? Whenever cash balance touches the upper limit, we have to bring down the cash balance to the extent of average. இவ்வளவு cash தேவையில்லை. The excess cash we have to invest in short-term deposits, short-term securities. Same manner, whenever the cash balance touches the lower limit, it's a danger one. We need money. Therefore, we have to dispose, we have to sell it off to the extent of average limit. Bring up the cash balance to the extent of average limit. Therefore, whenever cash balance touches upper limit, it is coming back to average. Whenever cash balance touches the lower limit, it is again going back to average. That's why it's also called return point. The return point is the criteria for optimum cash balance. So this is called Miller R cash management model. The chart also you have to write. Kindly note down the chart also. Comfortable, Gana? So explain Miller R cash management model. Expected question. Noted. Good response. Completed. Okay. Next, note it down. Assumptions under Miller R cash management model. Assumption. First one, marketable securities have a marginal yield. Marketable securities have a marginal yield. Second one, the buying and selling of marketable securities. The buying and selling of marketable securities take place without any delay. Okay. Limitation. It cannot cope up with the large transaction. It cannot cope up with the large transaction. Okay. Next. Note it down, Kanna. Find out appropriate cash management model. Find out appropriate cash management model. You want me to repeat the limitation? Limitation, it cannot cope up with large transaction such as payment of dividend. Okay. Next. Find out appropriate cash management model. Find out appropriate cash management model. Okay. 2-column table. First column, item. Second column, cash management model. First one, inventory type model. Inventory type model. What is the answer? Which one is the inventory type model? Gautami, slap yourself. Aniruddhan, correct answer. Inventory nothing but stock. Stock nothing but raw material. Raw material based EOQ. Therefore, J. Baumol's model. J. Baumol's model. Okay. Second one. These limits may these limits may consist of upper limit, lower limit, and return point. Which one? Miller or cash management. Very good. Third one. According to this model, optimum cash level is that level of cash where optimum cash level is that level of cash where carrying cost and transaction cost are minimum. Which one? Shall I repeat or what? According to this model, optimum cash balance level where the carrying cost and transaction cost are minimum. Yes, Aniruddha. Baumol's model. There only we are having bottom. Gautami, again slap yourself. Carrying cost, transaction cost and all having only in J. Baumol's model. Next, fourth one. This model is similar to Wilson's model on EOQ. Very good, Divya. J. Baumol's model. Next, cash payments are presumed at different amount on different days. Miller or Cashman. Very good. Based on assumption of uniform cash flow. Baumol's model. Based on the assumption of uneven cash flow. Based on the assumption of uneven cash flow. Yes, Miller or cash management. Next, stochastic model, STO, CHA, STIC. I'll repeat, STO, CHA, STIC, stochastic model. Which model is called stochastic model? Stochastic, no, uneven. Which model? Miller or model. Fixed transaction cost and holding cost. Fixed transaction cost, which one? J. Baumol's model. This model is designed to, note it down, this model is designed to determine the time and the size of transfer. This model is designed to the time and the size of transfer between investment amount and cash amount. Investment amount and cash amount. Miller or good. Next one. This model control limits are set for cash balance. For cash balance, we are having control limits here. Miller or model. Very good, Kanna. Now, are you comfortable, Kanna? This type of 5-mark question also they ask. Any 5 point they will ask, Kanna. You have to identify. For that, you know what is called Baumol's model, what is called Miller or model. Then only you can be the person to address this type of concept-based theory question. Happy with the concept-based theory questions also? No, any 5 question will be asked. Okay. 10th answer you are asking, huh? Miller or cash management. 10th answer is Miller or cash management. Malavika is asking. Okay. 10th question you are asking. Very good. 10th question. This model is designed to determine. This model is designed to determine time and size of transfer. Time and size of transfer between time and size of transfer between an investment account and a cash account. Nothing but investment and cash. Investment account and a cash account. The answer is Miller or cash management. Okay, Dagana? Sharan? Sweta is asking last question. Okay. In this model, control limits are set. In this model, control limits are set for cash balance. Cash balance. The answer is Miller or cash management. Okay, Sweta. Lingeshwaran is asking 6th and 7th question. Hey, what is the 6th question. Based on the assumption of uniform cash flow. J. Baumol. 7th question. Based on the assumption of uneven cash flow. Miller or. Comfortable? Lingeshwara. Many people may not aware this type of concept-based theory questions also there in their exam. Understood? So study the theory part. Theory also equally important. Happily can score 5 marks. Totally 20 marks is awarded for the theory. Okay? Minimum 20, maximum 25. Are you comfortable now? Any doubt? Dear students, any doubt, Kana? No doubt. Good response. Clear, sir. Good. For any small 5 minutes break. 5th question they're asking. 5th question. Cash payments are presumed at different amount on different days. Cash payments are presumed at a different amount on different days. The answer is Miller or cash management. Okay, Charan?